everybody, Freddy here, and today we're gonna be doing half of the video, not half, but half of the video of Five to Freddy's full timeline.
Thanks, sister location. You just made my job so much harder. Is Ennard like the walking incarnation of how tangled the FNAF storyline is? Because seriously, this is pretty much what the timeline looks like to everyone. Just a big, fat, nope. But that's why I'm here. I've been working very hard to try and untangle this story so we can all start to understand it. Now, I'm not claiming to have solved FNAF. Even in a lifetime, I don't think I could claim something like that. But at one point in time, Scott did say all the questions we have about these games can be answered. And in this series, I will be answering all of those questions you've been asking, alongside a complete timeline. Just as a warning, all the years that are mentioned in this theory are estimates and could be slightly off. Without any further ado, let's jump right into the timeline, where it all began, Fredbear's Family Diner, in 1975. We still don't know much about Fredbear's. In fact, this is the only little bit of it we get to see. On the stage stands two golden animatronics, Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. From what we know, golden animatronics are used as suits for employees to entertain with. They also double as animatronics that don't require a human to operate. In FNAF 3, we see someone entering a golden suit, along with FNAF 4. Inside of the Spring Bonnie animatronic is a man named William Afton. William is one of the main characters of Five Nights at Freddy's. He's a brilliant man when it comes to robotics. In fact, it's likely William is the inventor of these spring-lock suits, since he owns Afton Robotics, and probably runs it himself. The job was great for supporting his small family, which included his wife and his son Michael, who was around the age of 5. Michael was the black sheep of the family, though. The TV show you watch at the end of every night in Sister Location is an analogy to William's real family situation. Him and his wife got into a huge fight when William claimed that his wife actually had an illegitimate child. It's very likely this is not the case at all, since later on Michael is confused to be his father, so their appearances must be similar. Exactly like how the TV show makes it obvious to the audience that the baby is his.
Clara, I tell you, the baby isn't mine.
Count, I tell you that it is. You're the only vampire I've ever loved. And the baby turns his bottles into powdered milk.
That doesn't mean anything.
He sleeps on the ceiling fan.
Upright or upside down?
What does it matter? You need to be part of your son's life.
Despite that, William is very angry with his wife. They end up staying together, though, but Michael was treated poorly by his dad, like an outcast. He was given his mother's last name, not his father's, which was Schmidt. At William's new job, a child goes missing, as shown in this minigame. Although we have no real proof that William is the kidnapper, his future track record makes it very likely he is the kidnapper. Not only a kidnapper, but a murderer, as we can see the spirit of that missing child still stuck at that location, restless. This is most likely the reason why this restaurant was shut down. Somewhere around 1977, a new restaurant was opened by Fazbear Entertainment, the same company that once owned Fredbear's. With the new start, this restaurant began getting popular and was very successful. Spring Bonnie never made the cut and was left at the empty and abandoned Fredbear's Family Diner. This is because the suit was tied to the previous kidnapping, and Fazbear Entertainment no longer wanted to be associated with that one bit. They didn't catch William, but they did know which suit was used. William was still a very important part of the company, since he was the mechanic and the inventor. During the opening of this restaurant, Fazbear Entertainment hired another character most of us know as Phone Guy. He worked as a security guard, something they needed in the last failed business. During this prosperous time, William's wife had 2 more children, a girl and a boy. William loved his kids and tried his best to protect them. They grew up going to Freddy's quite regularly and loved the characters there. The characters at this establishment include Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Fredbear, and the puppet. In the mini-games of this location, we can see a pink figure, which we know to be William Afton. But then, there's the question as to why is William pink? This This explanation will sound crazy, but later events we'll see in the timeline will back this up. William, being the brilliant man he is with robotics, was able to discover a way to make himself immortal through the use of his inventions. A downside to this is that it caused skin to rot over time. William kidnaps children and uses them for his work, in ways we still aren't really sure of entirely. We'll be going into that a bit more in the future, but we do know for a fact that these kids end up dead. The first few kids that disappear in Freddy's are a group of 5 children seen in this minigame. One minute the kids are there, the next, they're gone. And Pink Guy is on the scene. He had hid their bodies inside of the animatronics. All that's left is the wandering spirits. Not long after, William takes another victim, this time outside the restaurant, possibly hiding the body in his trunk. But William is caught by his own wife. She sees this one occur, or finds out about it. She becomes furious and possibly confronts him about it. In the end, she doesn't make it out alive. It's likely William felt he had no choice but to silence her and hide her death from his children. His wife becomes an extremely restless spirit, leaving behind her children and finding out her husband was nothing like she'd thought. She decides to get revenge on her former husband and possesses the puppet, who in turn wakes up the spirits inside of the animatronics to also get their revenge against William. Once again, the TV show and sister location parallels this in the title. The Restless referring to the wife, and Immortal referring to William, and later on Michael. Not long after the kids were killed, the restaurant was threatened to have the place shut down because of the stench of the animatronics. Before they had to be forcibly closed, Fazbear shut it down themselves, demanding William to fix the animatronics, which was one of his duties. He removed the bodies, but even with them gone, they were still far from perfect. Before Freddy's was closed, William had been working very hard at his more improved Springlock suits that used faceplates. We can't be certain which animatronics were finished at this point, but we do know of one, Spring Chica. After her completion, Fazbear Entertainment agreed to let William Afton open up his own sister location. This sister location, owned by William, was named Chica's Party World, where Spring Chica took the lead. Along with Spring Chica, it's likely the original Ennard character had a body and was used as a spring suit. And Chica had carried around the golden cupcake, which is seen in FNAF 3. Other characters could have been used here as well, but we can't be sure. It's very likely 5 more children were killed here as well, with one of them becoming restless. The FNAF 3 minigame that shows Chica's Party World has a hidden screen where 5 crying childlike cupcakes sit in shadows. Only one of them moves, though. This is the restless spirit that cannot pass on. During this time, William opens another location. That or this was a room or area in another location, known as BB's Air Adventure. Here 2 characters were the main entertainment, Balloon Boy and JJ. 4 more children